Alright guys, so we're gonna try to hack me this machine called HackPark. And basically what we're going to do first is gonna ask us to identify the clown. And what's the clown? Let's say that you don't know the name of the clown, and what you can do is you can save the image. Go ahead and save the image. I already have it saved, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. Yes. And then you go to this website tinyeye.com, and then you upload the image. Okay, once you upload the image, you can search for it, and then evil clowns, and then here's the name of it, Pennywise. Okay, now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and use Hydra to brute force the login page. So if we go back to TryHackMe, we go and click here, there's a login page. So with Hydra we can try to go ahead and hack this, basically try to get the password. So I'm gonna put admin. I'm gonna use Burp Suite, so I'm gonna go ahead and click Burp Suite there in Foxy Proxy. I already have Burp Suite open, so I'm gonna click intercept on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Alright, so here basically if you follow the instructions, there's this great website. It's this one right here, Hydra Boot for HTTPS. It tells you here what you need to use. So it's the login page, right? The request body and the error message. So the request body, this is the request body here. So, but before we do that, we have to put in quotations like and try to hack me. They give you instruction to go ahead and put it like this. This is the password. Then you have to put it like this. Pass. Okay, and then the username is going to be user. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and copy this. Copy that. And then we're gonna forward. I have a bunch of things here because I didn't. Let me stop the intercept. Okay, so there's an error message, and the error message is login failed. That's going to be important because we're going to need that. Okay, this error message here. So let's go back to here. I did the mmap scan already. So it shows you, if you do an mmap scan, it's going to show you port 80 and port 3389. Here I have type Hydra, right? And then what we do is we go ahead and go to the login page. What is the login page? Well, let me see. This is the login page right here. This one right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. I already had to copy the, so let me actually type it because I already had copy. So it's gonna be account login that ASPX. Okay, ASPX. Then you put it like that. Then I paste all that, and then at the end I put the login failed because that was the message. Login failed. Okay, and we go ahead and we run this. It's gonna take some time, so let me just pause the video and then we go ahead and we come back. Alright, so we're back, and there you go, that's the password right here. So we have admin, and that's the password here. So let's go ahead and make a note of that. Sublime notes.txt. The password. Beautiful. Let's go back. So be admin and then our password. Okay, so our next step is to actually find the burnability self. So what are we running here? So we can go to about, and we can see that this is the version number and this is blog engine. Okay, so we can try to find the burnabilities, and we're gonna find this when we come across this information here. Once we come across this information, you got to read this. Okay, and it says, basically it tells you that note that this file must be uploaded as this form, so we have to upload it as this form right here, and we have to kind of trigger it by using this setup. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do that. I think I already created that file, so let me go back here. So let's do sudo sublime post view. Okay, yeah, I already have it. So here what you have to note is that this is the IP of your machine. Okay, so let me make sure this is the IP of my machine. Yes it is. Okay, so I make sure that it is, and the port number you're listening to. Let's say we're gonna listen into 4445. Okay, so I'm gonna save that. Perfect. So let's go ahead and let's just minimize this. Let me clear this. Okay, so let's go ahead and upload that file. So how do we do that? Well, we go back here, we go to content, go to post, then we click on the blog, then we click file manager and upload. So go to where your file is. Already have a bunch of stuff there. Post view. Okay, so let's close that, save it. Alright, perfect. So now what we have to do is we have to go back and create a listener. So netcat lvnip 4445. Okay, so now we're gonna trigger it. So we go here, we copy our machine IP address. Okay, so let's look at the format. This is the format, so it's gonna be http /theme Alright, let's go ahead and see it. It may take it some time. There you go. So we got back, we got news back. So we have, so let's see, the shell is not very interactive. So who am I? Okay, so this is who you are right here, right now. That's the web server, that's how you're running. Okay. So the next thing is to actually improve our shell. That's like, so what is it that we have to do? Well, first we're gonna use Metasploit. Okay, so we are in Metasploit now. Once we do that, we also need to create a MSF Benon. We have to create a payload, right? And then upload it here. Okay, so once we upload it, we can get a reverse shell back here. in Metasploit. So what we're gonna use, exploit multi-handler. Then we're gonna set, if we go here, do options, we see that this is the exploit that we have, and this is the payload. So we don't want it generic, we want to specify it. So we do set payload Windows interpreter reverse TCP. Okay, set host. I think it's go back here. Let me copy that and paste it, and set L port to whatever our, let's do 444, our payload is going to be. So we're gonna have to create a payload now. So we do sudo ms venom, the payload, which is Windows interpreter reverse TCP. We can do a system info. Okay, so here we are running x64, I believe. Did I miss it? Yeah, it's x64, but x86 should work as an encoder. So do AX. If it doesn't work, then we go back and change it. Encoder x86 Cicada GA. Alright, so we created the evil.exe. So let's go ahead and upload that. So here I'm not gonna do this anymore, so I'm gonna clear this. Okay, and I'm gonna do a sudo python -m simple http server at 480. Type my password here. Okay, so we're gonna upload that to here. So we probably won't be able to upload it here, so we have to change directory here to Windows temp. Make sure we're there. Yes, we are. So there are different ways to upload it. You can look up online. One way is to use certutil, or you can use PowerShell. So let's see. Let's use certutil. winpiece.exe. Alright, so we got a shell here. Interpreter session is open. The next thing that we want to do is in this interpreter shell, we want to use winpiece. Alright, so I already have winpiece on my machine. You can do a locate winpiece.exe, and there's going to be a lot of them. Remember, from the system info here, we had x64, so you have to look for winpiece that is x64, not the config file, but the actual binary. So this one right here. Okay, so I already have it. So let me drop a shell here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say again similar cert util now we're gonna run winpiece. Alright, so we stop. So let's go over here. Let's go from the top. We're basically looking for anything that is in red. Alright, there's a lot of indicates a special privilege over an object, something is misconfigured. Okay. So usually a good place to look for is service information. So here we can have no filter space. So here we have Windows Scheduler. Alright, so this one is interesting because you can, everyone's file permission is everyone, and right on that data creates, and this is the location where it is. Okay, the system as scheduler. Also, we might have missed it, but there were some auto login credentials here, so we can make note of this. And we can go ahead and try to connect via RDP using this administrator. Okay, so let me close here. So I already have a shell, and we can use that credentials for, so we can go ahead and I've seen this done. X3 RDP. not working. Okay, that's fine. Maybe we can use that for something else. Okay, so let's just make a note of this. This right here. This is their location. Okay, so what do we do next? Alright, according to TryHackMe, the next thing is to look at Windows Scheduler. Okay, see what's going on there. So we're gonna jump into this directory. So let me copy that. Alright, there's a lot of things going on, but before we do anything, let me exit here and let me look at the processes. So what's going on? So we do PS, and they tell us to look at this right here, but in the shell that we just opened, so this is the service that's running us, so we don't want to migrate to those services. We want to see what other services they have there. So let's do a PS again. So notice that before we didn't have that message .xc. Now we do. So it's kind of like there's an executable that is running a message behind, so it's popping up every certain amount of time. So what we can do is go back to our shell, and we are in our temp. So what we can do here is we can go ahead and kind of disguise our payload into here, into that message.exe. Okay, so what we can do is we can say we're already listening into that port, so we have to create another one. Okay, I'm gonna create another ms payload. So sudo msf venom p windows interpreter reverse tcp x86. Output, let's call this evil 1.exe. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put this on temp, the evil 1.exe, put it on the temp, and then we're gonna go ahead and change the name to message.exe. Okay, so the next thing is gonna be to upload it. So we can go ahead and use serutil. Yeah, we have evo1. So now we're gonna move it in Windows Move. Evo1.exe. We're gonna move it to this location here. Where is that location before I run this? To this location here. Okay, so we're gonna change the directory to there. So let me copy that. Now let's do a third and check if our evo is there. Evo1 is there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rename it. So we're gonna rename the message. So once it comes back up, right, certain amount of time, we should get a we should name it message backup. I don't know, or backup1 back.exe. Okay, then we're gonna rename message not message evo1.exe to message.exe. So now before I do that, I'm gonna go back to using Metasploit. And we're gonna select, do a multi-handler, do a reverse shell. So we're gonna use that. So use exploit multi-handler. Okay. Now we do a set payload to Windows interpreter reverse. Okay, set air host to 10.11.8.221, and then set the port that we created, which is 4446, and then we're gonna run this. Okay, now we go back here, we're gonna rename it, and then we don't see nothing here, so we just type the message again, message.exe. We should see something here. Yeah, there we go, we have a session open. Alright, so let's do a shell. Alright, so this is who we are now. Let's go to change directory to administrator, let's say. Users. And change CD administrator. Third and CD desktop directory. There's your root file. Thank you for watching, guys.